So, what's up everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Disillusioned Plays, where we play Phoenix Wright, I've already forgotten the name,
Wow.
Trials and Tribulations. I'm Pete.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Taylor.
About 30 seconds later, Taylor chimes in there. Thank you, Taylor. Anyway, in the last episode, oh my god. In the last episode, we left off we're just about to meet Dahlia Hawthorne, and Phoenix told us all about his little bottle. And yeah, so are we ready to learn about Dahlia and have Phoenix flaunt his little bottle about?
Well, I guess so.
Right then, well, let's get to it.
I would say so.
Let's do it.
Although I have a feeling we're about to watch a man be emotionally crushed, so, you know.
Yeah, I have that feeling too.
I mean, that never happens.
He's gonna have his little heart broken.
I mean, if you've seen Phoenix's sweater, you know that he's got quite a big heart with a big P in the middle of it.
But he's only got a little bottle.
He's got a little bottle, but a big P in his big heart. He's about to get his heart crushed.
I hear a little bell jingling as well. That's good. That'll be one of the cats.
That'll be the cat. That'll be Pepper.
Yes, apologies, that was our cat Pepper.
You don't have to apologise for our cat.
I do, because she's a menace.
She's
a fluffy menace.
But she's a wonderful menace.
She is. She's adorable.
Court will now reconvene, Mr. Payne.
Oh, God. I'm just really fucking this up.
Great start.
I'm just gonna... Episode 3, the swearing begins. It's just the deluge of swearing.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Oh, she looks.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
She's very, very pink.
And the butterflies.
Butterflies?
sickly sweet. What's with this stiff silence?
It's-
It's not the only thing that's stiff.
It's called arousal. In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
I can't believe he actually said that.
I am a man of official business. I am a man
There
of
is no
official
brain-to-mouth filter here. I literally say whatever it is that comes into my head. This makes my job easy, I guess. Now then, witness, could you please state your full name? And maybe get rid of the butterflies? They seem a little bit extra, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
Jesus, you sleazeball.
Ew. Ew.
She looks like...
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. I'll cut them right in half with my pompadour here.
She looks like...
There's actually a switchblade hidden in here.
She looks like a teenager as well. He's like...
Oh, yes, darling.
Barely of age. Barely legal age.
No, bash them with my gavel.
Oh, I think that's not the
Oh
only thing
my
you can bash you
goodness.
with
This
no
just...
gavel.
No. We're 3 episodes in. We can't do this.
Yes, we can.
No.
I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
They're
Bash
like,
you
why
with
don't
my
you
gavel."
have butterflies?
Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now. What is your full name and occupation?
If the gentlemen in the room could kindly put their mouths back into a closed state, or pick their jaws up off the floor, that would be much appreciated.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University.
A junior.
That means she's young.
Ew.
Barely legal.
Judge,
Ew.
stop.
Ew.
I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you think like the butterflies follow her everywhere she goes? Like
Oh, yeah.
she goes to sit down in a car. She goes to sit down in a car and she just can't see anything out of the windows.
The thing is what it actually is she's got like made out of like a sort of really transparent plastic. She's got like a sort of like a puppet mobile thing above her, and the butterflies
on the umbrella.
Yeah, and they're just dangling from it on little strings, little threads, like magician sort of invisible threads.
There's just like little sticks in the background, just like we can't see the wires though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a magician, like magicians with like the floating card, like wire trick stuff. It's just really, really thin wire.
So that's why she has the parasol up at all times.
Yes.
No, the honor is all mine.
Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
That was in. By the
Oh
Was it?
my
Yeah,
god!
Was it?
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
god!
I
remember that
don't
one.
remember that.
I
What
do.
the hell?
Yeah. That
That is
dialogue
We are
not
bringing-
family friendly. Not
We are
family
bringing
friendly, pal.
all the memes to the yard.
Yeah, but it's all about the milkshake. What's wrong with milkshake? I like milkshake.
You're treading on thin ice there, Pete.
But what I like milkshake. What's wrong with milkshake? I would go to that yard and have milkshake.
Pete's digging a hole.
I'm not digging any holes. I will put my ladder down over your hole.
Talk about your thick, creamy milkshake later, pal.
I didn't say anything about thick, creamy milkshake.
Oh my, this escalated quickly.
I just said that I like milkshakes. What's wrong with you guys and milkshakes? Are you like?
It's like I imagine like you know how like the British peanut butter and jelly is like the idea that you just spread gelatin on a piece of bread. I like to imagine like a British milkshake is literally you just pour a glass of milk and lightly shake it up once and then just it is like there.
Hey Taylor. Hey Taylor. What the heck is gelatin? Is that a thickening agent?
At any rate, Sarah,
Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever is on your mind.
I feel
oh
violated.
dear God.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake.
Ah, see, I'm getting milkshake on the brain here. So I'm sure there must be some kind of milkshake.
There must be some kind of milkshake.
I know.
Strawberry,
I know.
I guess strawberry milkshake, judging by the color of her attire.
Yes.
Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Don't worry, I am also turning inside out,
I
voicing
just-
this character.
Yeah, I just
She's
like-
so
it's
ick.
like, do you hear that? It sounds like someone's vomiting. Like,
I am dying and am now dead. I
like to-
apologize.
I like
this
to
will be
imagine
my
that
last
she's just-
appearance.
like she
No,
just
Taylor, come back.
she just says Feeny, and then all of the joy just out of nowhere.
Just vomiting everywhere in the background.
Every single one of them in unison.
Oh God.
It's like-
Oh, that's another clean-up job for the janitor.
anyway, I just know it.
Yes, I can see why you'd say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
12? It was less than that. It was immediate.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
And if you happen to have an opening for lunch tomorrow, I'm always looking for lunch.
I'm
guests.
always looking for a nice opening in someone's
Oh, no!
calendar, in their schedule.
Family friendly.
Yes, an opening in their schedule.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
What's the matter?
Oh dear.
Is something wrong, Sarah?
No.
Do you not have
No.
an opening in your schedule?
I'm not going to answer that one.
Let's find out what Dahlia witnessed before, we get arrested.
Yes.
I had been planning to take back. Sorry.
Take back.
Take back.
I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over.
physical pain.
Oh God, no.
Feeny and Dougie.
Believe me, I have no pleasure voicing this character right now.
Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly...
Oh my God.
The animation budget on this game is amazing.
They do get better in the later games, to
yeah,
be
they
honest,
do.
though. The animations are amazing in the later ones.
Yes.
It's clearly Phoenix is a Super Saiyan. He just hits him, and before it just the time just catches up a split second later.
He's almost got the hair. He's not
Yes.
Super Saiyan, but he has got the hair.
Got the hair.
He's like
Base
Kaioken.
form Phoenix.
It's like
Kaioken?
Times 20!
Anyway. Hopefully our fans know Dragon Ball Z references.
Then suddenly,
Oh, sorry.
Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed.
I assumed that we have fans.
Oh.
My
Well, we don't
mistake.
now.
His legs got wobbly and he collapsed. Jeez.
That's when Feeny noticed that I was there.
I like how your voice has got slightly more patronising now.
That's when Feeny noticed that I was there.
Yeah, because she's horrible.
With the butterflies in the rain.
She's
Yes.
no, I don't know. I don't think she'd probably talk in. I know you find her disgusting. I don't think she'd. I think she'd probably want to be like. She wants to be loved by everybody.
guess.
Obviously, she wants everyone to think that she's a beautiful flower.
You know who she reminds me of is what's her face, the blonde from the last game, the
April May?
circus girl.
Oh,
No, not April May.
Oh, I know who-
Regina.
yes, Regina.
Regina, yes.
Oh, jeez, you've reminded me about her.
And the weird love triangle.
Oh God, no. And the puppet.
yeah. The puppet and Maximilian? Was it?
Yes.
Yes. Weird.
Sorry, have you read this?
Yes, I
Oh,
have.
sorry, my mistake.
Yes.
Just got totally distracted.
I went to go and find... I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
Well, they would, because like, you're frightening.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady? As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn.
Somebody loved that. Somebody loved that. I mean, come
well,
on.
No, I mean, you say that. I mean, you can
I
remember.
didn't say I personally experienced them. I mostly just saw them from a respectable distance.
I was always the third wheel.
My hand felt the flames of passion.
Whoa!
For
Now, I
many
know you
years.
can't. I know you can't tell from my incredible physique, but there was a time where I was not picked for any sporting activities either.
Oh my goodness.
I was not always the confident, powerful man you see before you today, Miss Hawthorne. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. Do you like my haircut?
But I would never.
Hold it. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross and... Sorry, I can't talk yet again. Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honour. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
Because I'm smug.
Smug.
Do you think Edgeworth would fall for this?
You haven't changed a bit.
Oh, Jesus.
Mia Fey, rather.
Oh,
I was
no.
going to say, Maya's... No,
Maya's
not
not
Maya.
here yet.
Maya's like a baby.
I know that this is supposed to look sweet, but I'm just like imagining a very threatening aura emanating from behind her now.
Yeah, you can't see... Like, she, like in her third hand, she's got a knife.
Mia
Third.
God.
Because she's a monster.
She's just gonna pull out katana from her umbrella.
Well, the thing of it is, I mean, you can see that her little scarf thing, like the transparent scarf thing, is just kind of supporting itself.
Yes.
And historically, the only people that are able to do that are like end game
Witches.
JRPG bosses. Like when you see like a floating scarf like that, you know you're in for trouble.
She needs to be burned,
Yes.
and if she needs to be drowned, and if she floats, then she's a witch,
Yeah.
and if she dies, then she's not a witch. So, yeah. Either way, it solves the problem.
Yes.
Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
I like where this is going.
Yes. We've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madame Fey.
Madame. Is she French? Madame Fey.
Madame Le Fay.
It is good to see you again.
Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie.
Yet.
There's an E on the end of there, so Madame. Madame, I am no grandma. How dare you? They were talking behind the building, and suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. And that's when Feeny noticed that I was there and completely ignored his friend. Completely ignored the guy and came to see me to be like, I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. Well, I feel like the first thing is the wobbly legs.
I imagine, like, I would love to imagine that Phoenix is just standing there after he's pushed this guy down for talking badly about her. Just, like, he's like, oh my! I can't believe, I hope you didn't see that. Just like he's flexing in the background. I hope you didn't see me assert my male dominance over this other competitor.
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own?
Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie.
If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now?
I mean, there's a contradiction because there were fingerprints on the jacket, right?
Oh, that is a good point.
Yeah.
Is there anything to say that there was fingerprints on it? Yeah, we can't.
Annoyingly, no. Are they on the
On the brawly.
on the bottle?
On the testimony. This isn't relevant yet, is it? Yeah, no, that's not relevant yet. No, I'm not sure we can do it yet. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think we have the evidence. Yeah.
No, I think we needed to say something else or something.
I suppose her statement works in our favour for now. I'll hold off on looking into it any deeper until it's necessary.
Very well, young lady. Please, go on with your testimony.
And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you?
My darling!
I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me.
Who was it again? Who did you say saw me?
You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt. By me. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
You'll notice that here they're using the phrase pharmacology department as
Yes.
opposed to pharmacology depth.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Oh, I mean, who isn't fond of some drugs?
Ooh,
That's
I
gotta
love
be
me some
intentional.
drugs.
Winners don't do drugs.
But you don't need to be winning to enjoy them.
Please try to stay on topic. So, to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on.
The students knew what was going on?
Yeah, let's find out a bit more about that.
Yeah. But how could the students have known what was going on?
Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something.
Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So did the students call the police?
Yes, I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl. She's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia.
I like to imagine she's just patting herself on the back. Like she literally just reaches up, pat, pat, pat.
Pat, pat, pat.
You're doing great, Mia. Thanks, me.
I could do it without.
No one's gonna know what a complete and utter novice you are, an emotional wreck.
I
if
could
you
do
keep
this.
patting yourself on the back.
I could do this without Mr. Hemorrhoids watching.
Oh, what's I trying to say? Oh, Dale, I'm helping you.
Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright, is in the art department? If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry.
Senryu.
Oh, how wonderful. It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
What? How do you get haiku's like how many lines? Like three? How do you
isn't
get humorous and satirical haiku?
Oh, God.
We're about to find out. Here's one right now.
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
Dun-dun.
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
Hey now. Sleep is important.
For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Oh, yes. I see. That makes sense.
Stop perving, you
That
dirty old
makes
man.
sense. That back area.
Ew.
When I want to enter the courthouse,
I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation?
Through the back door.
I tried to jump through the window once, but then I threw out my back and was told not to do it again.
So who is this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
Jesus.
That's right, Miss Fay.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Jesus.
Why am I being demonized here?
Please, go on. What did you see next?
Okay, so the contradiction was in the next bit, right? Because I think we pressed her on this. That's when Feeney
Yeah,
noticed I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authoritas.
So, I'm gonna do
Safety save.
I'm gonna do myself a little safety save. Should we do that thing where we press on here and go through this?
Press further.
Because yeah, there was something about like showing evidence or something. What should I do with a testimony? Just
Show
now? Show a
contradiction.
contradiction. Kabang.
Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never.
Miss Fay, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting...
Where is he going with that?
I'm gonna stare you down.
Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
just completely gives in.
Do not
It's
mess
like,
with a woman.
it's like,
Please, I can't take it. I might cry.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne.
Just stares him down like a bull.
oh, here we are. That's yeah.
Oh, okay, so she brings it
Ah,
up. Of course
okay.
she does. All right, well, we overthought it then.
Yes. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
And nothing but. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we're finally getting somewhere.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either.
Yeah.
That's weird, because there
well,
was... Yeah.
actually. Oh shit.
Oh.
Whoopsie.
Doesn't she later say that she
Hold up.
saw him?
No.
Phoenix said there was a loud crack.
Kabang.
Oh,
Yes.
there was a loud crack, yes.
and
that's
he's
right.
even given us a little statement. Kabang.
You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct?
Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me.
Oh, there it is.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Feeny.
And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap.
Snap!
There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
May I have a moment to answer?
Oh, Jesus.
By all means, please interrupt the defense's ridiculous accusation.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise.
It's because I have no ears.
You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time.
I was listening.
Oh no, she can't hear us! She's got AirPods in!
I was listening to my incredibly loud
Death metal!
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
Yeah, no, she was using one of those particular headphones that only covers one ear.
Yep.
Like those old.
They're all the
those
Well,
old
have you ever seen a
360
DJ?
mics.
They do the thing where it's like there's only the one headphone on the ear.
I'm clutching at straws.
The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet.
I don't know what you mean. I love to have fun. All the time.
So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
I fell asleep.
This isn't Pete pretending anymore. Pete's actually just falling asleep.
He's just gone to sleep. And killing his vocal cords at the same time.
Wait a sec, he's fallen asleep.
I thought you were going to say my
He's
line.
distracted.
No.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now.
And the judge didn't even hear it.
She said something that could totally change this whole case.
Yeah.
There was lightning?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cabing.
Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was a lightning. There was a lightning.
There was a lightning.
A lightning. Just the one.
Just the one.
Just the one
There was
lightning.
one
A
of-
sensible amount, and then
There
no
was
more.
one of
Singular.
lightning. I'll take a one of lightning with my thunderstorm, please.
Oh, shut up.
Thank you.
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes. What about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Am I right?
She quickly whips
So
on a
she
lab
doesn't
coat.
know what evidence is, but she's like casually giving physics lessons.
Yeah, she
Okay,
doesn't.
Mia.
She doesn't
Just
have a
to say-
law degree. She has a science degree.
So, and luckily, she had an overhead projector with her, so she
Yes.
could thoroughly explain. Jesus Christ.
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a
What?
bolt of lightning?
What? That wasn't what I was. That's... Mia!
That is kind of what.
Come on!
I mean, maybe. Maybe.
Hey, she's got to pull something
I
out
thought-
of her ass.
Well,
But then-
I mean,
that-
or the lightning hit the power line.
Well, but the thing is, though, Taylor, you've got to remember what game we're playing here. If the lightning hit the victim, then that would mean that Nick didn't actually do anything wrong. And that dangling power line is just a coinkydink.
It's just a casualty of the lightning
Your Honor,
storm.
the lightning bolt is the real killer.
Well, then we must get this lightning bolt on the stand. Bailiff, go and bring me that bolt of lightning.
He's just like an actual floating cartoon cloud.
Thor, the god of thunder, is responsible.
Oh. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me, but that was probably because I've only just learned of the fact that there was a thunderstorm happening.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway?
He is paying very, very, very intent attention to Dahlia, though, isn't
Well,
he?
true.
So let's not
He's eyeing up the jailbait.
let's not worry about what kind of thoughts he's having.
Well, I'm just imagining that there's a janitor going by with a mop, just kind of slowly wiping up the
Yeah.
drool
It's
from
like-
both the judge and...
Oh, I thought you were talking about inside his head. I was thinking like the inside of his head is just a janitor inside like an empty aircraft carrier, like like an air, like just a giant like warehouse with nothing in it but a janitor.
Or no, it's like he's like in his head, he's watching a little TV show, that little cartoon animals. He's like,
Ha ha ha! That's not what chickens do. He has a hat on. Ha ha ha!
And he's inside the otherwise completely empty like aircraft carrier.
This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered.
Murdered.
But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt.
Dun dun dun.
It appears the defense may be onto something.
Oh, thank you.
Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
All right,
meanwhile,
you did
Thor
it, Mia.
just is like rubbing his hands.
Yes, an accident. Yes.
Oh,
No, it wasn't me, guys. The game just did that. Sorry.
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay.
huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
Well, then
Because-
she's lying.
We checked that beforehand. We just didn't submit it to the court because we didn't think it was important, because we didn't think anyone would be stupid enough to suggest that lightning had killed the victim.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case, which I also didn't mention earlier because that is not my job. Although actually it technically is, because I think in court you have to provide any exculpatory evidence to the defense if you're the prosecution.
That is true.
But, whatever.
Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence?
This affidavit.
It's back that word
Is
again.
it affidavit or affidavit? What did you say?
Affidavit.
It's
you-
affidavit.
Yeah.
Is the word is
Affidavit.
affidavit.
You said.
Affidavit. Affidavit.
I have no idea how you say it.
How Taylor
English.
said it.
And who is this affidavit from? This bob.
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
All of a sudden, at precisely 3 on the hour.
Was it a blackout?
All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable.
I like to imagine that Nick was just outside saying, "Hey, you're wrong about Dahlia." Hang on a second, let me just check what time it is. Wait, 3, 2, 1. You're wrong! Poof. Woo! Managed to do it just at 3 o'clock.
The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Oh, approximately. I thought you said it was like 3 on the hour a second
Yeah.
ago.
Make up your mind.
Maybe it's just me.
Did I ask you?
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of... Didn't we... If he had ever...
I'm just gonna. Never mind.
The victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. You know all that stuff about, me thinking that he pushed him in and all that? Just never mind about that. According
made
to
us
the
like a
students,
damn
the
fiddle!
cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest...
That just seems like an enormous health and safety hazard. That's
Yeah.
not something you wait to replace. if a bump will cause him to break.
Hey,
oh yeah. Also,
Clearly, you've not been to a school or college like anytime recently. Like, yes, they may get money from the students, but I mean, like, they don't spend it on upkeep of the facilities.
No.
sir, I just have a grave concern. I mean, we have very brittle high voltage cables that are dangling above a common pathway that students walk on. I feel as though we should prioritize replacing them.
Meh.
You'll find out one way or the other.
But I told my wife I'd be getting a big bonus this year.
We're blowing it all on the staff
I'm
Christmas
sorry,
party.
we've
Go to
already
Disneyland.
allocated all of those.
We're going to
We've already
Disneyland.
allocated all of those funds to buying me a new car.
I'm having a swimming pool installed.
I'm buying a speedboat this year. I'm buying my new yacht.
It's for the students, I promise.
And no one is going to take this yacht from me. It's my yacht.
That even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
At 2:55.
However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have been...
Then wouldn't it have... Sorry.
Then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Fay, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor?
Oh, it's gone down.
I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try and regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who?
So now I want to imagine like Dahlia is just like standing there, leaning next to the building, with her headphones in, and just she sees the two, and she just kind of like lightly taps the side of the building with her foot.
Yeah.
Oops.
Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
See, I feel like
Dahlia.
just Dahlia. But I'm pretty sure it's not. I want to say it's the brolly. I think it has to be, right? Because the cable's quite high
Well,
up.
he fell on top of it. He fell on top of it. It's not what broke it.
No, so the
And
cable...
he did fall down.
The cable wasn't broken to start with, right? So it's implying that something broke the cable. But you say...
But Phoenix pushed him. So, like, impacting with the floor could have broke it. But I know that's kind of implying him.
But that's not. He's not touching the cable though. Unless the snapping sound was that literally the cable.
Oh, the cable
broke
breaking.
as well as the umbrella.
It was the snapping was the
maybe.
cable breaking.
Oh, could be.
So... The filling fell on top of the umbrella. There was a loud snap with it. Because I mean, Nick did say that. Wasn't Nick confused about it? So like, is it possible that he misremembered? And like he thought the snap was in falling on the umbrella, but okay, I can't do a safety save.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We're doomed.
We're doomed. Are we saying the brolly? I think it has to be. Nothing else is tall enough.
Found broken near an electrical pole. Yeah, so I mean, I guess so.
Unless
assume he falls on top of the umbrella. The umbrella breaks. He gets up and walks away. The wind catches the umbrella. It knocks into the power cable, and the power cable then falls on him.
Wait, what? That's even more far-fetched.
Is it the brolly or is it Phoenix? No.
No, I think it's the umbrella. I
No,
think it's
it's
right.
gotta
I think
be.
after he fell on the umbrella, it got caught up by the wind and knocked into the cable.
The only other thing, but I don't know how we show this in evidence, is when Nick smacked him, he bashed into the pole. And then in bashing into the pole stressed the cable, which caused it to snap. But then, like,
what is the time of death?
It was about around 3-ish.
Well, hold up. No, it was 3:05, right?
Well, no, his watch says 3:05, but it said the death was at 3.
The students say 2:55.
No, but so that's the thing, right? If his watch stopped at the time of death, the power cable wasn't broken, or the power, he didn't die until 3:05, which means the power cable broke about 10 minutes before he died.
Yeah.
That being said, that's not related to what
Yeah, what
has caused the cable to
break.
actually break.
Yeah, I would have to guess it's the umbrella. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
He gets pushed onto the umbrella, he gets up, starts to walk away, and then about 5 minutes later, the wind catches the umbrella, knocks it into the power line, and that's when he died.
It's the only thing I can think.
It's the umbrella.
Okay.
This is it. This is why the cable snapped.
Well, Your Honor.
Oh, see, the way they
Maybe
were.
it's not the
This
umbrella.
doesn't seem right.
I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense.
Hey!
Ah, that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor.
Stop kissing my ass. Stop kissing my butt. My butt.
Ouch, that was harsh.
Okay, now I can do the safety save. It's not really a safety save, but I've got to do it.
Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance.
Oh, I suppose. Well, then, let's hear it.
Actually, yeah, okay. We've not even lost any health for this.
No.
Yeah, I guess not. They probably don't want to.
Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Who?
Doug.
Who or what?
Doug.
Oh yeah, who or what?
So it's either Doug or Nick, isn't it? Because it's either Doug for hitting the pole, because I think it's him hitting the pole, or it's Nick for pushing him. So should we say? I'm gonna say Phoenix because Phoenix.
Did he sneeze?
No.
Did he
Your Honor.
Oh.
Oh,
Your
there we
Honor,
go. That is it. Okay.
Please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
I think Taylor, the thing about the brolly blowing up is a little bit far-fetched. I mean, I appreciate we are playing Phoenix Wright.
It was a good theory, though.
It was a it was a theory.
A game.
It was a theory. A game theory.
You could say that it was a okay. I'll say it was an interesting idea, but slightly far-fetched. Almost far-fetched enough to be a plot point in this game. But in this instance, have you read the line, Sarah?
Not quite.
I did, yes.
Sorry. Okay.
The defense's testimony.
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
When he was not dead. Yes, that sounds right. Wait! Are you saying that...
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Yes! The prosecution also came to that same conclusion. Thank you
Just
for doing
now.
my job for me.
Just now.
I also came to that same conclusion just
That's
now.
a great idea, Mia. Glad I thought of it. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
Oh, no. No, silly boy.
No, no, no.
He's getting ahead of himself.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed.
Wait, hang on a minute. What? How big is that umbrella?
Yeah, I think the perspective is kind of an issue here. Because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be by the electrical pole, right?
Yeah.
But it's too big.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's farther away than it actually is.
either
But I
that
think it's
or-
supposed to be right smack there.
Either that or that electrical pole is really close to the foreground, but it's actually made of, like, a matchstick.
The electrical pole's actually like 3 feet off the ground.
At which point, they probably broke it just by brushing underneath it with their hair
Yeah.
as they walked beneath it.
I mean, Phoenix's hair would. It's
Yeah, for sure. For
it's
sure.
solid.
The spikes in
So
his
then
hair
what?
would
When
just
he
hook into it.
so he I guess what? He gets up, Phoenix dropped his bottle of Cold Killer X. He walks over to go and pick up the bottle and then doesn't see the down power line and gets shocked?
I don't think so, because he'll have been knocked down. But then
And he got up again. You're never going to keep me down.
Well, I mean, he could have still fallen on the brolly. He could have had the brolly in his hand. Nick pushed him into the pole. Pushed him. He drops the brolly as he gets pushed. He hits the pole. That breaks the cable. Then falls onto the umbrella.
Yeah.
So, that's fine, but that's at the opposite end. So the question is, why is he at this end closer to the camera and then also shocked with the pole, which suggests outside intervention?
No, because either outside intervention or he happened to see the bottle. Because remember, he's clutching the bottle of Cold Killer X that has Nick's fingerprints on it.
Yeah.
So he must have at some point grabbed it, which suggests to me that it was on the ground.
No,
And he
'cause
went over to pick it up.
Nick lost it at lunchtime. I think Nick said he lost it at, lunchtime.
Oh, maybe that'll be a thing where, Dahlia just kind of rolls the bottle underneath the power line, and then Doug walks over to pick it up, and it's like...
Dahlia's like, take that, bitch!
Because, yeah, Nick said he lost it around lunchtime, but Doug's got it in his hands, so how's he got it?
Don't know. I'm
So,
sure
as a
we'll
result
soon
of being
find out.
pushed.
Yes. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honour, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here.
Yes, what I was saying.
In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Yes, what I was saying.
Oh, that thing is totally floating around her. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you. She's a JRPG boss.
Order in the court.
Ha. The lamentations of
Layman?
Lamentations.
The lamentations
Sorry.
of my enemy.
Sorry.
Like the lamentations of the women. Or whatever it is.
The lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them.
Mia went to the Conan the Barbarian School of Law. Mia, what is best in life?
To hear the lamentations of the enemy. To see their spirit broken before me.
And the lamentations of the women.
To observe the life running from their eyes, in a metaphorical sense, of course, because I do not kill them. I simply make them wish they were dead.
Jesus.
It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have...
Mr. Judge, sir? May I say something?
Do you mind I was talking?
He wouldn't shout at her.
I was talking. How dare you?
The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
What the?
What?
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge.
Of course it's all right. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colours. And it's not bright pink.
The truth is, Feeny pushed him twice.
What? he pushed him down, he picked him up, and then pushed him again.
Yeah, it's like,
Round 2, fight! KO!
yeah, what are you doing on the floor? Get up. Get up. But you're just going to push me again. I promise
Oh,
I
Dougie
won't.
fall down? Well, let me help you back up. Pooh!
Oh, Dougie! Oh, damn, Dougie's dead.
Doug's dead.
Doug's dead.
The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. And then Dougie tried his best to run away from him.
This all seems like fabrication.
But
Completely fabricated.
Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind.
Jesus.
He just football tackles him as he's retreating. He just runs up and just does the body slam.
Wasn't she a
John
minute ago?
Cena!
he just pile drivers him. He just jumps up into the air. Whoa!
Just suplexes him.
Suplex. Wasn't she saying in the previous testimony that like Nick had nothing to do with it a minute ago?
Yeah,
or something like
yeah,
that
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like I like,
Sure
my
was.
memory is
She sure
awful.
was.
Yeah, okay. But now she's like, nope. Nick is an absolute machine. He is a terrorist.
He's a unit.
He is an absolute terror demon. He
got a running jump and then flew up 30 feet into the air and then crashed down on him with the might of heaven.
just like
In his pink sweater.
His pink, and then he wrapped his scarf around his neck and choked the life out of him.
The cable snapping. Dougie
Oh,
being
there it is. There it
electrocuted.
is. That's
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
because his watch is 5 minutes past when it happened.
Yep.
The
got
cable
all incurred. Sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not, though.
The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
Bup.
I have you now.
So, after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm so sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to hear a word you're saying, but you can at least try.
So are we just gonna go for it? We're just gonna safety save?
Yeah,
and
let's
then just be like,
save, but
bang!
I think we just immediately go for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's got to be it, right?
Straight for the
Surely.
jugular. Right. Oh wait, no, but can we though, actually? Because, like, we've got all these times. We haven't got, like, they all happen at, like, different thingies. Is it worth just pressing it first?
Well,
and
no, the
push-
time of death. So it's the cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. The cable snapped at 2:55. Doug's watch stopped at the time of death, which is 3:05. So
Yep.
it couldn't have occurred in less than a minute because
Yep.
his watch is
Yep.
10 minutes past when the cable would have snapped.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I suppose so we show the watch.
I think.
Boom. There
There we
yeah,
go.
Yeah.
That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid,
I've lost my voice.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I wanted you to look at.
Oh, I was gonna say, what was it called?
No, we're not doing it. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted.
It'd have been really shit if it was a smartwatch, wouldn't it? Because it'd just be like a black
Duh.
face. You'd have no.
Yeah.
It'd just be just a black circle. You'd have no idea.
I think this might have been a little before the time of smartwatches.
I don't.
Yes.
What do you mean?
In other words...
Although, I don't know. They're referencing the Harlem Shake and all that.
Oh, well, yes.
Yes.
Timeline's all kind of messy.
In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes. And your point is, Miss Fay? Get with the program,
My
girl.
point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony... See? They did it right there!
Yeah.
They can't do it right for witnesses, but they did it right for students.
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55. Yeah!
Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval?
Oh, beans.
The defence proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Oh, that got the jury going.
Oh, order in the court!
This is nonsense! The real murderer?
Even you can't deny the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
Well, I mean, there is one other person who was at the crime scene.
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow.
And that is the judge.
Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Fay, is the defense really ready to indict someone as this real killer?
Indict.
Ugh.
Is this...
But we'll have to find out who the real killer is next time.
Dun dun dun! Cliffhanger!
So until then, everyone, thank you so much for watching.
Indeed, thank you very much.
Yes, it's been good fun. It seems like we might be vaguely getting the hang of this thing now. Probably not.
3 episodes in.
Three-
Maybe we're getting somewhere.
We'll get
probably.
there eventually.
I mean, you know the one thing that we did forget to do last time, guys?
What was that?
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Oh, we did. We did it about halfway through.
Yeah, but not at the end. Like where you're supposed to, because they'll have forgotten by then.
Ah, we still did it though.
So anyway, guys, if you like what you see, don't forget to smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe.
And do the thing with the bell so that you get notifications.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That's
Ring that bell, yo.
Good shout, yo. Ring that bell, yo. And, yeah. So,
Okay.
with that,
ta-ta for now.
yes. Goodbye.
Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Good evening and good night.
It's been an honor and a privilege.